This next target in the Community Contracts pack is Paris, which is usually fairly easy to get done with restrictions just because of the design of the map. So we're going to be starting with just our pistol and coins here. We've got a couple of guards and a couple of civilian targets, and if we move quickly we can get two of them dealt with pretty easily. The hairdresser is the guy who walks into the basement, so he always exposes himself pretty early, but to deal with the other guy, which is one of the guards, we're going to throw a coin down by that door to the basement on our way down, and then we'll just take care of the hairdresser guy whenever. And then we're going to come back up here, open the door, and just let the guard catch us trespassing, walk down the steps a little bit so he comes inside, and just shoot him. Because he caught us trespassing, that does break Silent Assassin. However, anything that a target catches you doing will not count against Silent Assassin once they die, even in the case of a guard, as long as he doesn't alert anybody else. And the only person he could have really alerted was kind of the crowd around him, and they can't really do much. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Then we'll come through the basement. You don't really need to take cameras out. There's not really any point in doing that, but, just to be on the safe side here. What we're going to do now is go upstairs for our last few targets. Keep an eye on this guy, make sure he's not turning, and also be on the lookout for the guy who comes down and stands at the end of this hallway. Right now he's at the other end, so we can come through. If not, you can just wait. You've got plenty of time. You'll see in a moment. So we've got our guy Charles here, and he goes into kind of the room that leads up to the auction, and then he'll come back into the kind of area, the landing at the top of the stairs, and he'll look into a cabinet. So we want him to be over here near that cabinet, and that will allow us to lure him into this room. So once he's kind of over there, just go ahead and coin that area there. Hide out of sight, gun at the ready. Now you'll notice that the auction assistant there that people usually knock out and take his costume or whatever, he's just kind of standing there and I'm not doing anything about him. That's because you really don't have to. Once you shoot him, Charles will just kind of fall in a way where this guy can never see him, and this guy doesn't ever really move. So we're just going to come down here, we'll close the door behind us just in case, grab this kitchen knife, which we actually will need. Now we're going to try and come in here. But for the moment I just wanted to close the doors for safety so that we can't be seen too easily. See, even those guys can see you. So it might be a good idea to close those doors as well, but ultimately what we just want to do is come down here. Because what we're going to do is this George Kais, or whatever his name is in French here, he's going to come downstairs. He walks up to the auction, does kind of a loop upstairs, then he comes down here and stands with the other two guys preparing food. That's what we need to get him for. So we need to come out here, make sure that guy's turned around. There is time for this, so don't be in too much of a rush. We do want those doors closed, though, or the guards at the checkpoint will see it. So we can knife this guy. We do want to move him, because there's a chance that the elite guard that patrols back and forth would see him. However, he's at the end of the hallway, so we probably could have gotten out safely. Again, though, just to be on the safe side, he is coming back, so probably for the best. And now all we have to do is exit. Obviously, the fastest way to do that would probably just be to come down here into the basement. I tried to do just a gunshot distraction to turn, but I think I was slightly too close, so one of the guys heard the gunshot and the bullet impact, and that caused a panic. As long as you're not too fast there, once those guys go into a panic, they'll stop enforcing trespassing, so it kind of accomplishes the same thing, but you do want to be careful that they don't magically catch you after you run around a corner and compromise you from that, which can happen. It's just due to weird lag or whatever with the detection system. So that should be Silent Assassin. Not really anything too exciting, but fairly straightforward. Let's find out. Yep, there you go.